Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue.
It is Milestone Day on Inside Golf. We're going to Makefield Highlands, the Bucks County club that has been redefining public golf for the last 20 years. And Lookaway Golf Club is celebrating its 25th anniversary. We'll show you what the club has done to preserve its founding for both present and future members. The 27th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues from Makefield Highlands in Bucks County. Allow me to introduce to you three people who have been really involved over the course of time here at Makefield Highlands. They are members of the golf committee here. And we start with Helen Bosley. Currently, she is still on the golf committee after several years. She's been a member here or playing here since day one 20 years ago. Helen, good to have you join us.
Absolutely. Nice to be here.
Delighted. Also, we have next to Helen, Rich Eisner. Rich is the current golf chair. And to my immediate right here is Frank Droper. And Frank, you were the first golf committee chairman. You know, we had a funny thing here going on before we turned on the cameras. I said, how long have you been involved? You said since day one. And it took you how many years to break ground? About what?
It was
10 months?
It was 10 years.
10 years. You're a patient guy, Frank, huh?
I was able to stick
Well,
around.
if anybody knows, whether it's a public golf course like this and it's owned by Lower Makefield Township, or a private course, it takes time to, get everything going. And once it got going, it went really quickly, right?
After we got through the process of deciding that was going to be a golf course, how to set it up, who was going to do the work to design the golf course, who was going to do the groundwork to actually lay it out and put it together with the bulldozers, things moved along fairly quickly.
Right. You got over that 10-year hump.
Yeah.
Okay. Helen, what's the best part about Lower Makefield as far as you're concerned? A lot of people you play golf here.
Yes, I think the emphasis on women's golf. We have a great women's golf league on Monday night, and then the association, which is a more competitive opportunity for women to play, including against the men on the weekends. So it's very open. As a public course, we don't discriminate at all. Tee times are tee times.
Women can come up and play at any time, just like the guys, right?
That's right.
Rich, you're the
Absolutely.
current golf committee chairman. How long have you had that job?
Since Frank retired.
Okay.
So about 10 years, I would say.
Everything falls in 10-year cycles.
Increments, yeah.
Huh? In that 10 years, now we were here roughly almost 10 years ago, I guess. Inside Golf came out here and took a look. A lot of things have changed, both, I'm sure, on the golf course as well as off the golf course. But over that course of time that you've been the chairman, what are some of the highlights of your chairmanship?
So just how it's grown, and we have you can't see it, but we have a tent now for events. We've changed the name and the dynamic of the food and beverage. We call it, it's Makefield's Public House, and we have a chef that's very good, and we can't put any more golfers on this golf course. We got 54,000 rounds last year, so how can we, do more for the revenue? And it's food and beverage, and we've really done a great job with that. The range, we have Top Tracer now at the range. Our range is a go-to place in kids programs, and of course, as Helen mentioned, the women's. We have a women's invitational at the end of the summer. It's that public course, but all of my friends who I play with regularly, where are you playing? My course. It's my course. It's our course, and we kind of feel like that. And the folks that run the course help us achieve that type of feeling.
He just mentioned 54,000 rounds. When you first opened this place 20 years ago, did you ever in your wildest dreams think you'd have 54,000 rounds of golf played here?
I had no idea or set any expectations of what we would have, but trust me, my fingers were crossed many, many times. Our mantra here was to redefine public golf, and that was the whole reason that we put this together and what we built it around. And I think we've done an incredible job of doing just that.
Right. Yeah, you can see it on the sign coming in, the entrance plate, Redefining Public Golf. Well, congratulations. 20 years and growing and redefining public golf here at Makefield Highlands. Well, now it's time to meet the gentlemen who are on a day-to-day basis pretty involved here at Makefield Highlands, and in some cases have been for several years. We'll begin with the head professional, Ed
Thank you, Harry.
And Ed, you've been here how many years now?
This is my 15th season.
So you've been around the block here a little bit.
I have, yeah.
You've seen a lot of the changes that we talked about in the last segment, and we'll talk about here.
Yes.
Okay. Also, and to his left is Kevin Byrne, and you are the vice president of Spirit.
Yep, correct.
And you're here on a day-to-day basis as well, right, Kevin?
Yep, I'm in the GM role currently. I'm a fresh set of eyes this season. So just
Oh, really? So you're the new kid on the block?
from
sort of?
Makefield, but I've been around Spirit a long time.
Okay. And this is the guy that the buck stops right there somewhere.
I guess you can say that, right?
Mike Katara is the president of Spirit Golf. We talked to members of the committee earlier, Mike, about the growth of Makefield Highlands.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way, 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
How long has Spirit been involved managing this facility?
15. Yeah, 15 years of the 20. Yeah.
Okay. What have been some of the biggest, shall we say, highlights of the last 15 years under Spirit's tutelage?
Yeah, you know, I think it started with the programming. You know, we were really excited to get here. We understood the community. I lived in the community for 30 years, so that relationship I had with Lower Makefield and knowing the community, we knew programming was important. So the juniors, the ladies programs, all of that, and they just skyrocketed right from the beginning. Eddie's done a great job, and some of the other staff. Joe runs our junior programs. So overall, just that was kind of the kickoff, and kind of backfilling from there is, you know, you look at the golf just continues to grow. You know, you're right at that point where we're just trying to, you know, keep the pace right and get moving and paying attention to that, and then thinking about what else could happen. So the restaurant, the tent, the ancillary dollars that you can then provide the township. So
yeah. Ed, how has the golf course changed recently? I assume it has. I know it has.
Yeah.
Like he just talked about
I would
the
say,
bunkering.
kind of piggybacking off of what Mike had said there with the bunkers first, first and foremost. I mean, we, as a team and working with Mark, our superintendent, you know, looked at the greenside bunkers kind of being the first primary target. So, but you know, it took a few years to get all 18 holes and all those bunkers around the greens focused on first.
Something that's been sort of a staple here has been attention toward junior golfers, right? And when I say junior, I mean like 5-year-olds sometimes, right?
Yeah,
you have a pee-wee program?
We always have our pee-wees, you know, and we love our juniors, you know. So as Mike said, you know, as the years have gone on, the team that has grown around it from kind of phase 1 to phase 2 to where we're at now has really been a collaboration of a lot of the involvement with Spirit and getting really quality PGA professionals, male and female, involved, and our coaches that are here full-time, part-time, and really helped to kind of take really what was a nice program to the next level.
Kevin, you have only been here now. This is your first year. What is it, you know, this area of Bucks County has, it's really grown in terms of population, people moving in from out of state, in state, whatever. Are they really surprised at what they see when they come to Makefield Highlands if they're golfers?
Absolutely. I think when they show up here, if they haven't been here before, it's a bit overwhelming. It's much more than they expect. It's you know, a fully stocked golf shop. It's always busy, and I think people see that right away. And the golf course is excellent. The tent and the banquet facilities are top notch. Our chef is great. So the burgers and the quick bites after the round are good. So the first impression's really good, and then we follow up with some good service there as well.
Coming up, I mentioned the big anniversary, right? 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
We'll take a glass of champagne and toast what you've done over the last 20 years and the 20 more here at Makefield Highlands.
Yeah.
This is the place to be in Bucks County. Gentlemen, thank you. We'll be back. More on Inside Golf coming up.
Parking is free!
Hey! $4! Yes!
With so many affordable things to do in Montgomery County, PA, go ahead, freak out.
The Golf Association of Philadelphia. Founded in 1897, GAP is the nation's oldest regional or state golf association. We serve amateur golf in Eastern PA, Southern New Jersey, and all of Delaware. GAP welcomes all golfers, junior or senior, male or female, public or private. Join the Golf Association of Philadelphia today. Our mission is always to preserve, protect, and promote the great game of golf. Before you tee it up, look us up. Visit gapgolf.org to find out more.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. You know, 25 years ago, a group of golf enthusiasts opened a golf course on a Buckingham Bucks County property, which for years had mostly been a dairy farm. It was 1999, and their dream for a special place and a challenging, aesthetically spectacular 18 holes of golf had finally come true. The Lookaway Golf Club's partners and members this year are now celebrating a silver anniversary. And to mark the occasion, they created a video which archives some of the struggles the original founders experienced. It is a record that future partners will respect and learn from. And it's also something that a lot of other golf clubs may want to consider.
I noticed in the questions that, was there any point in this thing when you thought the project was dead? It was trying to get these land deals together, and the one that I thought was killing us was across the street. After we met with Sally Swanson about would she be willing to consider selling her backyard, she said, yeah, we would entertain that, but you're not going to get anywhere with the guy across the street. He's a hermit. Walks around over there with a shotgun.
I pulled the pickup truck in, and Harry suggested I turn it around in case we had to make a fast exit. Got out of the truck. I left my driver's door open, and Harry, who's a larger catcher than I am, he went up the stairs, and I figured if I stayed behind him, if the guy came out, Harry would take the brunt of anything, and I would run to the truck.
And I was going to the door, and this door just explodes with look like monster dogs. What do you want? I said, well, I'm here with, I turn around, he's in the truck.
And Harry says, well, we're here just to talk about possibly developing a golf course. And all of a sudden this image comes for you can see him coming toward the door. And he says, well, I play golf.
The first time that we were involved was when Bruce McKissick and Harry Ferguson came to our house and explained this idea to Bill. And then suddenly there were three.
And because he was retired, the only one retired at that time, said to the fellas, the way I can help you is to be at the club every day, doing whatever administrative work needs to be done.
10 people, of which 7 came to a meeting held at Frank Schumann's Toro dealership. That was the genesis of the course.
I was totally impressed. I came away saying, wow, these guys are sharp. I think it was Reese that said, sell as many memberships as you can before you build it. Because before you build it, it's perfect. And we got about as close to that, I think, as we could have.
The genesis of this with a couple of guys that had an idea. They weren't trying to make money. They weren't trying to develop land and build houses. They just wanted purest idea of building a great golf course.
No, you could see they were going to make it happen. They were working. There was 10 people who were doing different things and pulling together.
All these guys had a certain talent. We all went to work in our own area of expertise. Well, I'm a sales guy. I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to make calls.
Once you met the people that were originally involved, you knew that it had zero chance of failure. We were sitting around and Ira goes, I've got a patient that he draws. He draws golf courses. And everybody sits back and goes, "Excuse me? Jones." And everybody just kind of like stops and the eyes wide open, you know? And they go, "Who Jones? Which Jones?" And Iris thinks and thinks and thinks. "Was it Reese Jones? That's it, Reese Jones."
I think we're still improving. I mean, I think we have a great membership. The leadership has been good. I think it's been healthy to have transitions, and I think we're on track.
Lookaway has been a part of my life for over 25 years. And now with the new members, I have new friends. I have new people to golf with. And with the women, what is really nice is there's a lot of women now that play golf.
The new members that we brought into the club were as friendly and caring as we were. Just opened our arms to anybody who wanted to join.
You either believe you can do it or you don't. That's what I remember. I think I said to Carol, "You gotta pinch me. I'm sure this is real." I'm sorry. It means a lot.
What a wonderful production. Our thanks to OM Media, Oscar Michaels. He's the man that put it all together. And here's the man that probably is going to benefit as much as anybody. He's the president in his first year as president of Lookaway, Jim Clark. Jim, great to see you again.
Thanks for having us, Harry.
Oh, pleasure. Beautiful day.
Beautiful.
Well, what a video, huh? You had a chance to show this a couple weeks ago, the 25th Gala for the partners and members here at Lookaway, and that was part of the evening. I don't know if it was entertainment. It was certainly informational. What was their reaction?
So it's interesting. Leading up to the gala, we felt it was very important to document how the club came about, how it started. In the past 5 years, we've turned over maybe 50% of our membership, as you would expect. And it was very, very well received. Many of the members didn't know the history or the background. And we really wanted to showcase how the founders put this together. It's such a unique story. I watched the video for the first time and they said, "What do you think?" And I just went, "Beautiful." And you know, you could put this in a book or have a written word about it, but I feel like the emotion it evokes from watching it and seeing how much they cared and the vision they had for these 25 people to come together and take an old dairy farm and make it into this. It was just a beautiful story.
You know, a lot of clubs have had the foresight of archiving certain bits of the history of their club. And now in this, shall we say, digital and video age, everybody's used to just picking up a phone and watching a video, you know, whether it's some crazy demonstration or whatever, a piece of history. And going forward, right, think of future generations here at Lookaway, not necessarily yourself and other partners and members that are here who are relatively close to 25 years ago. How about the ones that are 50 years away?
That's a great point. And what we wanted to do is that video you saw was the result of interviewing all the remaining founders at very lengthy, and we put it all together. So it's not just that one that we have for the club. We have the videos of all the founders, probably 15 to half-hour segments talking about how it came about, but more importantly, what it meant to them. And to see them reminisce about how it came about, I'll be honest, it was very moving to me watching that.
I'm sure it was. It was very moving for them to tell the story. Yes. Do you have a favorite part of that video, personally, for you?
I believe it is when Harry's describing going to the one place and the dogs are at the door.
And Bruce had the foresight to back in just in case they needed a quick getaway.
And he says to the guy, "I'm here with," and the guy's gone. That one made me laugh. I thought that was really special.
And what was interesting, they both had the same version of the story and they weren't interviewed at the same time. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having
on
us.
25 years,
yep.
Even though you weren't here when it all began. But now you're chronicled as part of the video of going forward, what members 25 years and beyond from now we'll have a look at what it all meant to get
And thank you so much for
Lookaway
having
here.
us. We appreciate
My
it.
pleasure.
All right, Harry.
Jim
Thank you.
Clark, and
Thank
once
you.
again to Oscar Michaels and OM Media for allowing us to use that video. He's a guy that a lot of clubs probably should be talking to.
He's very, very, very good.
Stay with us. More to come here on Inside Golf. Our teed-off panel is brought to you by Lulu Country Club. Welcome back. Inside Golf continues from the back deck at Lulu Country Club in Upper Dublin. And it's a beautiful, sunny, warm day, great day to play golf and just talk about it. We're doing that with Joe Giuliano. Joe, believe it or not, appeared on the very first teed-off panel, like years ago. I wasn't even born, but he was. And here he is. He's moving out of the area. So we want to say, first of all, thank you for your contributions to golf, all the years of writing about it for the Philly Inquirer. Good luck in your new home out in Madison, Wisconsin.
Thank you, Jerry.
Mike Brown's with us again. He's not going anywhere, folks. He has got it covered. Joe Giuliano used to write about him. We won't get into that. Maybe we will if we have time. But Mike is the president of the First Tee of Philadelphia and a real good friend of the show. And this is, speaking of friends of the show, Harry Mays. He wasn't around for show number one, but you've been around for a few. And he does a podcast every week called Swing It and Ding It. So make sure you tune in and check out what he's talking about. Harry, suppose you just won a championship, you know, a club championship or whatever, and one of the requirements is to come back the next year, like Augusta and a few other places, I think PGA does it too, where they have a champions dinner, and you have to supply the menu. What's on the Mays menu?
I just go with a couple of my favorite things. I always like a little ahi tuna to start things off. You know, maybe some other little sushi items too that could, you know, get things started. And then for the entree, we'll go surf and turf, black Angus filet with a jumbo lump crab meat, maybe a baked potato with, you know, whatever else you want to put on the baked potato. And then for dessert, we got to go with apple pie and vanilla ice cream.
Plain old apple pie? Yeah. No, not apple crumb pie or
yeah, you can have an apple
French
crumb.
vanilla. But you're an apple pie guy more than any other thing?
Pretty much. If I'm going to eat dessert, I appreciate that with a little ice cream.
That sounds good. How about wine?
A lot of wine.
Well, would it be wine or would it be a little vodka with a little splash of cranberry?
It would probably be wine. A lot of red wine.
Red wine. Okay, that sounds. When's your dinner? Let me know. All right, Mike, you've probably done this.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
What was the championship?
The fifth major, the Brownie Invitational down in Florida. There's a champions
What do you
dinner.
serve, brownies?
No. We, you know, if we were up here, it would be all Philly themed. You know, I'd start the night with some pretzel nuggets. You know, some soft pretzel nuggets from the Philly
Little
pretzel
mustard.
factories. Good dip and sauce. Then we go right into a staple. We'd have some D'Alessandro's cheesesteaks with some French fries, which would be great. The drink of choice is a non-alcoholic guy. We might have a milkshake or a nice little lemonade. And then for dessert, you know, Charlie Peasy be proud, we'd be bringing back those tasty cakes where we'd have some crimpets and be a real Philly theme for our champions dinner.
Wow. How about, now you hosted one of these in Florida?
I
Where
hosted
at?
it at Old Memorial, Tampa, and the appetizers were, it's called the Brownie Invitational, but it has a French fry theme. So we had 6 different types of French fries. We had crinkle cuts, we had shoestrings, we had waffle fries, we had tater tots, we had wedges, and then we had sweet potato fries with all kinds of dipping sauces. Wow. Hence
You know,
the name of the
Speaking of,
French
I
fry
like
open.
the real deep fried French fries where they come out like brown.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And there's a certain place, I'm going to mention them because they have the best fries in Avalon, the Princeton. Princeton has the best. You'd like them.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Here you get your chance to go out with a bang.
I'm stealing all the brownies.
You're hungry, right?
Cheesesteaks, pretzel nuggets. God, this is great stuff. Well, of course, being a new Wisconsin resident, I got to go with cheese curds to start.
Okay. I
love it.
But I don't know if it's an appetizer, a main course, or a dessert. I have
You're
no
just
idea.
going with it.
Yeah, I just go with it. My favorite would be like barbecue, really. Like, you know, ribs. I know they don't go together with cheese
Baby
curds.
backs or St. Louis style? or-
All kinds.
All?
But I guess I have unlimited funds for this, don't I?
Yes.
So it'll be just all ribs, you know, barbecue stuff. But yeah, just something that everybody enjoys. I always read the the menus for the champions dinners at the Masters, and it looks like, oh man, these old guys are going to like that,
Right.
or these young guys are going to like this, you know. So, you know, but yeah, I'm kind of easy when it comes to champions dinners and stuff.
Didn't Sandy Lyle, speaking about that, come up with that Scottish, what's that Scottish dish?
Haggis.
Yeah.
Haggis. Yeah.
And like half the guys wound up ordering a cheeseburger.
Exactly.
Or something, right? They
Yep.
couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
I mean, was he hurt, do you think? You
I-
probably
I-
know
I-
Sandy. What did Sandy say to you the next day? I mean, this guy knows everybody. He's an insider, right? Joe?
And plus, Ram had some spicy stuff for his dinner.
Spanish style?
Yeah, Spanish style, and I'm sure, you know, guys, the older guys, like, you know.
Charles Cootie said, I'll have,
yeah, I'll have a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you. We're all getting hungry. You know, hey, let us know. You know, contact Inside Golf and let us know what you would put on your champions menu. We'll be back, more of Inside Golf in just a moment.
Hi, Tony Salucci with the Beacon Group of Companies. If your company has between 50 and 500 employees enrolled in your health insurance plan, there's a really good chance we can reduce your costs significantly and increase the benefits employees receive. How do we do it? We put you together with several thousand employers of a similar size across the country, so your company can get amazing buying power. Schedule a conversation with one of our employee benefits specialists today at mybeacongroup.com.
Parking is free! Hey! $4! Yes!
With so many affordable things to do in Montgomery County, PA, go ahead. Freak out.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Thanks to the folks at Lookaway for sharing that video. By the way, if you have a topic idea or something you'd like us to cover in the world of golf, drop us a line. And the best way to do that is to just send us an email at insidegolftv@gmail.com. I'm Harry Donahue. Golf's a wonderful game, isn't it? Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week here on Inside Golf. The 27th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.